Most movie remakes are normally terrible, simply for the fact that they're just trying to tell the original story just 10 times shitter, and they just do nothing new and bring nothing new to the table. However, with Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003, they modernised it and it felt like it brought us a breath of fresh air while still feeling disturbing and still carrying the same fear. But the real question isn't, is this film good? It's, was this film actually needed? Before we talk about was this film actually needed, we need to go over, was this film actually any good? And the quick answer is yes, it was good. It was underrated, and it is underrated simply because of how good the original one is. It's one of the greatest horror movies of all time, and then this remake, people always shit on remakes and always go, and I'm one of those people normally that goes, remakes are shit, nah, just watch the original. But this is one of those where I go, hang on a minute, it's not that bad. And hang on a minute, this might be an alternative. One day you might be like, no what, I fancy watching the original because it feels like a film that you shouldn't be watching. Whereas with this one, I think it's one of those where it's a modernisation take on it. It's a Thousands horror movie. It's got this real cool Thousands vibe to it. I can't explain that part, which is weird because they made a lot of remakes in those early Thousands, like House of Wax, Amityville Horror, and this, where I'm like, all three of those are really good, underrated remakes. And also Halloween Rob Zombie, I think he's also in there, like, which is an amazing film. But the problem is that some people don't view it as good as the original, so they're like, oh, that's shit, or don't even want to check it out because it's a remake and it's not going to be nearly as good as the original. But it is actually good. It goes over the cannibalistic family in, I think, in a lot more detail. I've only watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, once, but I feel this one goes into more of the police officer as well, which is part of that family, which is very creepy, very disturbing, and so are all those characters. And the protagonist group that you're cheering on, actually, it's not like other remakes where you just could not give a flying fuck about those protagonists and want them all to get killed. It feels like one or two of them was sort of leaning in to go, you know what, I'm in with that character. I'm interested to see where we go with this story. Is any of them going to make it out alive like the original? What's actually going to happen here? And to me, I thought that was the best representation with that group because they had good chemistry with each other. And I think, more than anything, I just think they managed to pull off one of the hardest remakes that they could have imagined, because Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like I said, is one of the greatest films of all time, and if you even scratch the surface of any kind of that fear or disturbingness, then you've truly made a decent level of remake. The other question I want to ask you, is this actually better than the OG Texas Chainsaw Massacre? And in my opinion, no. And I say that because Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, had something that I haven't really seen in any other film. Bear in mind, I've seen thousands of films, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, felt real. Everything about it felt like a film that I shouldn't be watching. It felt like that could happen, or that did happen. I'm watching the CCTV footage of it happening. That's how realistic it felt. And Tobe Hooper just nailed it. And to me, to compare the two is chalk and cheese. But I think if you're looking for a more modernised take on the story, I think you can't ignore the 2003 film, because Leatherface comes in and feels as ruthless and as scary as possible. And if you want to feel actual fear in a film without jump scares and bullshit, then actually watch the original, because that is one of the scariest films I think you're ever going to see, because it feels real. But the real question that we all want the answer to is, was this film actually needed? And I'm going to say probably not. And the reason why I'm not 100% no is because it's probably not because of the sequels that came after Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1. They killed the momentum that they had after Tobe Hooper's first film, and after that it just fell off a cliff. Whoever started the writing process, it was not good, it was terrible. And that sort of distinguished that franchise flame that was really a light in that first film and probably should have been one and done deal. However, they wanted to carry on and it just didn't work. It felt rushed, it felt shit, and didn't feel good. And being able to bring Texas Chainsaw Massacre back needed a remake rather than another sequel, as they tried the sequels and they'd failed. They needed to reignite the flame. And to me, the films that came after, which was Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003 and Texas Chainsaw Massacre The Beginning, were absolutely unbelievably good and underrated films. So there you have it, folks. There's my review on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and in my opinion, this is a 7.4 out of 10 and a great film. Do let us know your thoughts though down those comments down below. I'd really love to hear what you guys think of the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, and I shall see you fine, folks, in the next one. And if you haven't yet seen our last movie review, then you are missing out, and you need to click on screen right now.